Hello, my name is Clayton recording for the Barrett School of Music. Today, I'm going to be teaching about bow hold, but strictly for violin and viola. So, to start, this is what you want your bow hold to look like, ideally. So, the different mechanics of this are your pinky, your thumb, and then the three middle fingers. I like to group your middle finger and your ring finger together and your index finger. So, to start, if you're having trouble with this bow hold, there are probably a few things that I can mention. It's either your thumb, your pinky, or your index finger and these three. I'm going to group these three together for now. So, to start off, I like to teach my students this. I go for a very direct approach. So, I tell them to hold the bow with their left hand, like they're about to grab it with their right hand. Tell them to flip it over, put their hand, and they go like this. So this lets their hand be relaxed so that they won't be tensing up their hand once they put the bow in the hand. So now, this is the part that mostly kids screw up on. They go over the bow, your thumb goes over the bow, and with your thumb, you have to be using the very tip of your thumb. You're going to go in this little space right here. So this, inside of the frog, is where you do not want your thumb to be. So, when my hand is out here, I'm going to use the tip of my thumb and put it right outside of the frog. So again, I'll do it again. So my hand goes over the bow, and with my thumb, I go right outside of the frog, and I'm using the very tip of my thumb. So, now that you have this first step, you turn the bow over, and this lets you have your thumb, it's curved. And if your thumb is touching the bow hair at the very bottom of the bow, it does not matter because you will not be playing with this very small amount of bow. So, let's do it again. You go like this, and you use the very tip of your thumb, you turn it over. So now you're here. Now, I'm going to be teaching these first joints of your index, your middle, and your ring finger are where they're going to be meeting the wood of the bow. So, if you have your thumb like this, the other three should just drape down. Now, all of my fingers are in the right spot. Ideally, you want your index finger to be farther. The space in between my index and my middle finger are greater than the space between my middle and my ring finger. You usually want these two grouped, but not touching. It depends on how you play. So, again, thumb, using the tip of my thumb right in front of the frog. I have it kind of diagonally pointed this way up into the bow. So I have my thumb in place, and again with the first joints of my fingers, I just curl my fingers over. Now this last step, I just put my pinky, I use the tip of my pinky, and I put it on the top of the bow. So that is the idea of how you have a good bow hold. Now, some common mistakes that I see are of kids, usually it comes out of the thumb or the pinky. So usually what happens is kids use the pad of their thumb and they put it in here, and so they start doing this. Now, your index, your middle, and your ring finger look good, but your thumb and your pinky do not look good. So to fix this, you use the very tip of your thumb, you drape these three fingers over, and then it lets you use the tip of your pinky. Another thing I see is they do have everything good along with their thumb, their index, their middle, and their ring finger. Those are all good, but now look at my pinky. This is not what you want your pinky to look like. You want them curved. So what I like to think of is if you're having a hard time with just curving it in general, I like to think and have kids think of having the bottom of the bow come towards their palm. So like this. Now this is going to force their pinky to be curved. They're going to have to use the tip of their pinky. And that's about it for having a good bow hold. I'm Clayton with Barrett School of Music. Thank you for watching.